Hey, it's Danny, and I'm at the North Mountain Market to see Two Rivers Pottery. Come along. Hi, Meg. How are you?
Hi there. I'm fine.
Nice to see you today.
Thank you.
I love your setup.
Thank you.
Everything's so beautiful.
Thank you very much. That's really sweet. I appreciate it.
I see everything's kind of like this beautiful blue color. Is that like a signature blue?
Well, so my signature blue is the blue rutile.
Okay.
And my cattails. That's kind of my signature. But I'll go through phases, I have to admit. And I guess it's a blue period right now. I like working in the greens as well.
That's stunning.
And this is my last one of these, it looks
Really?
like. So, and then over the summer, I try to do a little bit of lighter stuff. So even though this is blue, it's a bit lighter.
Yeah.
It kind of pops a little bit.
It's beautiful.
And through the winter, it tends to be more darker tones.
I know what a lot of these things are, but there's a few I don't.
Okay.
Can you tell me what this is?
So that's a little flower frog. So you can put some water in here, and then if you've just got little pansies or petunias, just little things that might tip over, you can just slide them through the slot there and then make a nice little cluster of flowers on your table.
That's so cute. I'd love to see how all of this is made.
Well, I would love to show you. You should think about coming by my studio.
I would love that.
People love clay. There's something therapeutic, earthy, elemental about getting your hands in it and creating something that's three-dimensional.
That's amazing.
So
have you always done pottery?
I've done it for a long time. So I first explored it when I was a student at university and got hooked. Most people get hooked. They try it and they feel like, I need to be doing this. I need to work this into my life.
Have you always sold pottery?
No, that's more recent. What you discover is you have to start getting rid of stuff or you've got boxes and shelves of it. So that was the natural outcome of pursuing this, that you then have to find a way to unload it.
Hope you have a good market day, and I will check on you a little bit later.
That sounds great.
Oh my gosh, we are so honored to be here. It is so homey and so pretty.
You know this is a church, and it's still a sanctified church.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that part.
And I think that really adds the, it's 1860 that it was built. And so I don't know, maybe this is the airy-fairy side of me, but I love to feel that the spirit of all of the things that have happened inside this building,
I love that.
since 1860,
Of course.
still sits here. And because it's still a church, they still have church services here.
Really?
Yeah.
So on Sundays?
On Sundays, yeah. And then the pews come out, we have folding chairs, and you probably looked around, you could see some of the pews from the church have been repurposed to make shelves and to make my little office upstairs over there. And we've had a lot of fun with, repurposing the church for all the community events that we do here.
How long has the market been going here?
The market started in 2014.
Okay.
So this is our 10th anniversary.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We actually came together as a society in 2012 when we heard that the church was going to be decommissioned, and the community really felt strongly that we didn't want that to happen. And so we made a proposal and took it to the United Church of Canada, and they approved it. They said, yes, we would be delighted to be in partnership with you. So basically, we rent the church for $1 a year.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we do all of the maintenance work for the church, and they come and do regular services, but only in the summer. So we didn't start operations in the church until 2014.
Hi, Meg. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to my studio. I'm
so
glad you made it.
I know, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I noticed a lot of solar panels on the top.
That is pretty cool. I even think it's pretty cool that I can claim that I have a solar-powered studio.
I think that's wonderful.
Most potters probably can't. We just got our power bill from Nova Scotia Power, and we paid the service fee, and then it's a big old zero
love that.
the wattages that we use.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I've been doing a lot of firing this summer. I hope I can talk you into giving it a little spin yourself.
I can't promise I'll be good, but let's go.
That's okay. Okay. So when you're throwing, the most important thing is to make sure the clay is stuck to the wheel. It's interesting. You think you've got it, and then it will slide off.
Yeah.
And then the next most important thing is to get your clay centered. And you'd think that wasn't such a hard task, but you can see it now and how it's got quite a wobble there. And if you make something that's wobbling like that, it will be lopsided. It'll come up one side, it'll be higher than the other. I tend to make functional ware. So I tend to make bowls and mugs. I make a lot of mugs. And I guess I like to be able to use it rather than just see it sit on a shelf and collect dust. We all have enough stuff like that in our homes. I always try to convince people to wash their pottery in a dishwasher, that you're far less apt to break it. I don't know how many times I've seen a mug with the handle knocked off. What's happened is someone's afraid to put it in their dishwasher and instead whacked it on their tap in the sink.
There were probably 6 or 7 of us in the beginning that really focused in on trying to make something happen. And we were all women. And I don't know, you probably had a chance to look around, because a big part of what we do is to work with some of the community history. So you'll see our history exhibits all around, and Pat Kemp is really the leader of that. We have all these different aspects of Tapestry that have different people that are focusing in on them. And so there was a group of women here in the church that also looked after the maintenance, and they are called the Sewing Circle. And if you go to the history corner over here, you'll see we have a little interpretive panel about them. And they would knit, they would do crafts. They often sold them to one another.
Get money, give it away.
Yeah. And they would meet once a week in each other's homes and have a pot of tea, so they took care of all of the maintenance for this church and also the schoolhouse, which is now the community hall, just on the other side of the harbor. So they were very well loved in the community.
I bet.
And they're very well loved by us, because we feel that it's a continuation, like we're doing the work.
What's involved in getting ready for the market?
Well, I'll be making stuff for the leading up to it, for the weeks and months leading up to it. And then the day before, I'll kind of take an assessment of everything that's in the studio and what I might want to be bringing with me. And things will need to get priced ahead of time and packed.
How long does it take?
Oh, a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours maybe of time just to get it organized.
There's teacups there representing all the women of the Sewing Circle.
Wow.
And their families, some family members have brought teacups in. Oh. So if you look at all those names on the shelves, those are all women that have been instrumental in maintaining this church and moving it forward.
How did you become a part of the market?
Well, I was part of those 6 or 7 women. I had a little coffee shop in town, and that's where we started meeting to talk about, because these were all my friends. And we started talking about what we might do to save, what we call save, the church building. And not just the church building, also what happens inside the church, like I mentioned before. And we just kept moving forward, and we would meet around a kitchen table and just talk about what we wanted to do. And then once we felt that we had a good, solid understanding of where we wanted to go with it, we did the proposal to the church, and we were so delighted, absolutely delighted.
So you're one of the founding members of why this is still here today.
We're all still here, and tomorrow when we celebrate, we're having a gala here tomorrow, and we'll celebrate our time here. The founding people, we're going to talk about the history, how we started Tapestry, why we started Tapestry.
Why is it called the North Mountain United Tapestry?
Well, obviously the North Mountain part is pretty clear.
It's in North Mountain.
And the United, of course, is our nod to the United Church of Canada, because we are in partnership with them. If we weren't a church building, and became a public space in the municipality, we wouldn't have the freedom to do the things that we do here. We wouldn't be able to we wouldn't have the money to do the things we do here. There's no running water. You know, we do everything here really simply. And the Tapestry is because of all the different threads of people coming in from the community to create the whole. That is Tapestry, you know,
love
Tapestry.
that.
And we often say, we call it just Tapestry, but we have, every once in a while, we'll have a little slogan that says, we're hanging by a thread.
Oh my gosh.
You know, because like any organization, there's, with volunteer-run organization, it's up and it's down, you know.
So your paintings, they're so accessible in price and they're so beautiful.
Thank you.
How did you start painting?
10 years ago, I was going to Michelin to work, and I had a stroke. To make a long story short, this is God's way of, you got a second chance. The physiotherapy said, you should try to paint. And I said, no way. I'm so right-handed, and I left, my whole right side was numb.
Yeah?
She said, you should try painting. And I said, I can't do anything with my left hand. She said, try it. And ever since then, I have been, you see it.
Oh my gosh, I think that's so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your favorite part about being at the North Mountain Market?
People are so friendly.
They are.
They are so helpful. And this is the third year that they put me inside. I used to be outside.
Oh.
So it depended on the weather. I couldn't do it. And I had to do little paintings. But now that they put me inside, I have bigger paintings.
Stunning. I can't wait to bring one of these home with me.
So this little guy needs to be 8 centimeters high and 6.5 wide. So it needs
Wow.
it needs to go a tiny bit higher, and then wide is no problem. You can always make things wider, but you can often never make them narrower.
Okay.
So the trick is stay narrow until you get to where you want to be. Gotta pull out just a tiny bit. And come up just a tiny bit.
How do you feel at the end of a market?
Tired.
Yeah.
It's, I really love the direct selling. And people keep telling me, oh, you should sell on Marketplace. You should. And I have been in stores. I've been in local stores in Halifax, which is another fantastic spot. So let's give it a try. So and that's nice to be able to sell that way, but it's really not the same as meeting someone in a market and having them be able to touch my stuff and see it and pick it up.
And ask you questions.
Yeah, but to try it too, like if you're gonna spend money on a mug, you want to see how it feels in your hand.
So what would you say the vibe of this market is?
The vibe of this market, I guess it's all about community. The vibe of the market is people meeting one another. We started the market in 2014, as I had said, and here on the mountain, over the years, we've watched commerce disappear. And when I moved to the mountain, we had a store downtown. If we needed milk or eggs or whatever, we could go to the store. There was gas pumps down there.
My gosh.
There was a store there. There was a store in Morden. And now, if you're going to get supplies, you need to go off the mountain. So one of the real focuses of Tapestry is to return some type of commerce that supports the community to the mountain.
I love that.
And it makes, so bringing vegetables, of course, like any farmer's market, people being able to come in and buy their food here without having to go down the hill. Because I don't know, it's not a very big mountain.
It's a big hill.
It's a big hill. It's a big hill. And so that was the focus. I had been involved in other farmers markets, and because I was an herb grower and had been in Wolfville and in Berwick, and when we were talking about what projects we wanted to do here for the community and to bring the community in and to give to the community, that is why we decided a farmers market would be, the perfect fit. And it has been, but it's a seasonal market because this old church is not insulated.
There's so much history in here.
There's a lot of history in here and a lot of events, a lot of weddings, funerals. It is a special place. It's very rustic. It was not a rich community.
It's very cozy.
It's very cozy. And we're doing fundraising. You probably saw some of the arts installations out front. So we're doing fundraising for the steeple.
Oh, okay.
We had a local person come and he donated quite a nice little chunk of money, and he started the fund. So we are working towards restoring that steeple.
Wow.
Yeah, that's our focus right now. We've done the roof, and we've done the foundation. We put in the accessible.
The ramp.
Yeah, there's been so many people. I can't tell you how many people have worked hard to make it all happen.
I love that.
I do too. I wish they were all standing right here, right now, so people could see. Because
it takes a village.
It takes a village, and it's really been a wonderful experience.
So if you're going to test the wheel, pick the clay up first. Otherwise, it's going to go flying through the air.
I can see that.
Okay. Yeah. So get your foot comfy on the wheel and give it a little press, and watch how the wheel. All right. So now you're going to try to put it as close to the center as you can, and just give it a little whack down. We're going to give it
a little whack. Okay.
a little whack. All right. Get her spinning, and get your hands on there.
Okay.
So you're going to want to cup it.
Like this?
Yeah, cup, and so you're going to try to push down. First of all, push down just with your thumbs on the top. And go a little faster.
Oh.
Is it sliding around?
Yeah.
Okay. Pottery is a slow craft. You can't, or at least I can't whip off dozens and dozens of mugs every week that look exactly the same. So I prefer to work at a gentler pace.
Of course.
And having the North Mountain Market over in Harborville, it's just such a perfect fit that I want to keep selling and I want to keep buying. I love that.
What's the process in becoming a vendor?
We have an online application. We have a website, unitedtapestry.com, and basically we welcome everybody. We're not a curated market, or we are a community market.
Yeah.
So, and also I feel that we're like an incubator market. I can think of several people who have started at our market and then grown their business, and they kind of get a little bit too big for us.
Really?
And then, some of our people have gone like to Wolfville or even to Halifax. Our vegetable vendors have gone and do the Seaport Market.
Oh,
now.
wow.
So,
that's quite far.
And as sad as it is to see them go, it's exciting to see that their business is growing, right? So we've had some flower business that has grown large and has now moved on and does the bigger markets. But then we have Katie, who comes in, just started this year with her little business, her flower business. So as people move out, other people come in.
Yeah.
And so that's an important part of the process, I think.
We are here at the North Mountain Market. Why are you here today?
I've been coming to this market for the last 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I live in Newfoundland, but I come here for the summers.
Oh my gosh.
It's a fabulous market. I recommend it to anybody.
It is
come.
beautiful. I know you got some flowers.
Yes.
Do you normally get flowers here?
I get flowers from Kate. That's here right now. This is Kate's flowers.
Oh.
And I've been getting, she started last year getting them.
Oh, wow.
And she grows her own.
Your flowers are so pretty.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody make dahlias as good as these.
Yeah, and she grows her own.
I know.
Yeah. So all good, Kate? Yeah. You sold quite a bit today. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Do you normally sell out?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
The week before, she sold right out.
What makes the North Mountain Market different from other markets that you've been to?
It's small, so it's very personal. I feel like I have a relationship with a lot of the vendors. And you can ask one of the farmers, what are you going to have next week? Oh, I'm waiting for apples. When are they going to be ready? That type of relationship develops. Oh, it's going to get wonky.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. The clay doesn't care.
The clay cares.
The clay's happy. What? Do you want to...
Do you want to take over and fix it?
Oh, you think I can fix it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How was your day?
I've had a great day.
That's awesome.
No, it's been a fun morning and afternoon here.
Did you have any nice stories about today?
Well, one of the most interesting things is I've met a new potter.
Oh.
So this lovely young man who's moved to Harborville, so just down the hill, is setting up a pottery studio.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yeah, we connected. He's got a raku kiln he doesn't know what to do with, and I'm in need of a raku kiln. So we're going to become pottery buds. And I guess the other interesting story is I've been bringing a bowl to markets for the last 3 years and couldn't sell it until I put my business cards in it. And then someone took one look at it and said, can I buy that? It was a slower day than
there's a lot going on.
hasn't, but there's a lot going on in the valley this weekend. So we're pulling our audience in a lot of directions, but that's okay.
What's your favorite thing about the market?
My favorite thing about the market, I think for me is the community.
Yeah.
And that I can come to the market and I can buy, I can buy my chicken, I can buy flowers, I can buy my beer, I can have, the vegetables. We have a garden, but we don't, sometimes there's things that I don't have. And I love coming to the artisan side of the market because for gifts, so it would be hard for me to say what my favorite thing is. I think my favorite thing is that we have a market.
I love
That's
that.
my favorite thing, is that we actually have a market. And we've been having it for 10 years. And
how does it feel to be a part of that? So, you are literally a part of the market being here. If it wasn't for you and the other ladies, it wouldn't
I can't
be
talk
here.
anymore, you guys. All of a sudden.
Are you gonna cry?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. Here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Oh, don't cry. Was that a special question?
I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, it's okay.
No, I guess that tells you how I feel.
No, I think it's beautiful that, and I know you said it earlier, you're like, it's the other ladies too, but you're part of those ladies that are why the market's here. And this is so beautiful, but you're a really huge part of it.
It's a wonderful thing to be a part of. I mean, isn't that what people want in their lives?
Of
Is to be
course.
part of a community of people that care for one another.
You're part of that community.
And that is what is so special about the North Mountain Market and about living on the North Mountain. We have a really very supportive network of community.
Not the bag! Don't put me in the bag! They talk to me while I'm sewing them.